Greetings. And boy, did I hit the wall this Monday. I mean, it was one of those days. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that. Perhaps together we can work out some things, try and make things a little bit better next time. And then as we continue to understand what we need to learn and do and know as entrepreneurs, here's a very interesting thing that came out. Do you know that there is an American car company? That's right, a famous American car company known all around the world. And it seems that they have decided to stop making cars. They're not going to make cars anymore. Well, what are they talking about? Well, obviously, that's a bit of a trick question, but I think you'll find it rather fascinating and interesting, and it'll tell us something about innovation and design that all of us who are entrepreneurs need to know. That's coming up. This is Radio on the Edge, Radio Right Now. The Jesus Entrepreneur begins right now. Yes, indeed, you are in tune, and we hope in touch, and we begin another week of broadcasting as we try to help you become all you can be as a Christian entrepreneur, as you join the tribe of Jesus entrepreneurs, making your life, making your business better, and expanding your brand. Expand your brand. It is a reach-out, internet connected experience economy, and the more that you can provide innovation, the more you can provide a great design that circumferences your innovation, and the more you can make connections out there with good things and good quality experiences, the better the marketplace will kind of treat you, even though occasionally it'll hit you hard from day to day, from time to time. And that's exactly what happened. As many of you know, I talked about the Sunday night meeting, and I did my work. I had everything all set. I was all ready to go. I had a number of very difficult challenges that I had to address, but I was ready. I was ready to go. Well, let me tell you what happened. I got up early, sorted it out, got ready to go, and just as I was getting going on the project, a family emergency came up, and it really smacked me good and smacked me hard. Totally out of the blue, totally unpredicted. It just happened, and both my wife and I had to deal with that. Nothing terribly serious, but certainly something quite disrupting for us and our family. And we lost time, we lost energy. We just lost part of the day that we really couldn't afford to lose. But of course, if you lose it, you lose it. So what? You got to move on. We had to deal with some very difficult situations. Hopefully, by God's grace, we'll get that sorted out by the end of the day and perhaps by tomorrow. And we'll make recovery and recompense and get back to the things we should have done on Monday. We'll get them done on Tuesday and move ahead. As I say, Monday is the day you meet the marketplace, and oftentimes you meet it hard. Hey, what do you do when you have a Monday like that? You know, it's a tough way to begin the week, particularly if you really are one of those persons who tries to gear up, get primed, and get ready for it. You're not sloppy. You're not caught unaware. You didn't sloppily show up and not be prepared. You were ready. At the same time, it hit you, and it hit you hard. Tell me now. I'd love to hear from you. There are ways that I deal with them, and we'll talk about that perhaps a little bit. But how do you, when you have a day that really hit you and knocked you off your stride, knocked you down, kicked you around a bit, and there you are laying a little bit in the dirt and in the dust, a little bit bloodied, how do you pick yourself up from a day when someone would say, "How was your day?" And you would say, "It was a difficult day." What do you do to recover, renew yourself, deep breathe, and start your day over again, or start it again with a better day next day. RadioEdge77 at gmail.com. RadioEdge77 at gmail.com is the place that you can let us know. As we continue to say, we are asking you to join us. What would you like to know? Now, we are apart. We are giving trademark terms. We are going to invite you to a rather exclusive group. We call it, This is the Spirit Home of the Startup Nation. This is the Spirit Home of the Startup Nation. And I've asked some of my friends, and I'm going to ask you, because we're going to be talking about the Nike design story, perhaps tomorrow. You know the famous Nike swoosh? Do you know the story behind that swoosh? That story that supposedly Michael Knight got it for $50? Well, that is quite something. That's quite a story. Let's find out what really happened with the Nike swoosh. Perhaps we'll talk about that tomorrow. But, hey, those are the things that we're going to think about doing. What do you think the seal, the logo should be? For we are the spirit home of the Startup Nation. And that's where the jobs are. That's where the opportunities are. The Startup Nation is going full blast. The American economy is going at a rate that it's never gone before, and the amount of startups is legendary. And that is changing things. It's going to make some things very difficult, and it's going to make some things very, very good. But this is the Startup Nation, and give us a design for that. And, okay, what does it mean to you? If this is the Startup Nation and these are startup times, what is that saying to you, your career, your plans, your entrepreneurialism? What does it mean to you? Think about that. Take a few minutes and, just take a few seconds because we're going to change subject now, and I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that is pick-up trucks. That's right. I love trucks. And obviously many people do. So come right back and we'll tell you about the company that's decided, the car company that has decided to stop making cars. Yeah. What could that be? Well, let's give full attribution. We don't steal anything. We borrow things. We always give full credit. But M. Burke Talley wrote an article for the Fast Company, and obviously you can check it out, Fast Company. And M. Burke Talley, How Ford Made America Fall in Love with Pick-Up Trucks. Now here's a little question for you. What is one of the most popular vehicles ever made and designed in America? Well, many of you know. It is the famous F-150 pickup truck by the Ford Motor Company. Now, here's what happened. In April, Ford announced that it will be phasing out nearly all of its passenger cars in the United States. If all goes according to plan, 90% of Ford's portfolio in North America will be trucks, SUVs, and commercial vehicles. Its F-150, the most popular vehicle in America, is now poised to build on its stunning success. The model's ascent is really part of a larger, decades-long trend of Americans eschewing sedan automobiles for trucks and SUVs. But why do Americans flock to the F-150 over the very, very nice Toyota Tacoma and, of course, the very, very nice Chevrolet Silverado. I study how innovation drives success in competitive markets, and Ford's emphasis on original design, together with its frequent upgrades, have allowed the F-Series to gain edge over its peers for years. There you go. How about that? Now, let me just tell you a little bit more about how this story goes ahead. It says, by the end of World War II, the car market in the United States was, by and large, a seller's market. Of course, from October 1942 to October 1945, literally, the production of automobiles for civilian use was limited. So that meant that by the time the war was over, there was a pent-up demand for 5 to 9 million new cars by the time the war ended. And in a race to cash in, U.S. automotive manufacturers capitalized on the expertise they had gained from manufacturing military trucks during the war and introduced trucks, in addition to cars, into the marketplace. And in 1947, Chevrolet launched its Advanced Design trucks, while the now defunct International Harvester launched its KB Series. The following year, Dodge released its B Series, and Ford introduced its F Series. And with design offerings that could appeal to a range of customers, the F Series was an instant success. The F-Series lineup included 8 models with varying sizes and cargo capacities, from the F1, a light truck with half-ton capacity, to the F8, a 3-ton heavy-duty truck. Well, as we can obviously say, the rest is history. I would really encourage you, go Google it, how Ford made America fall in love with pick-up trucks. And you'll find it's a little 4 or 5 minute read, but here you are, entrepreneur. This is what I'm going to simply ask you to be aware of. First of all, the F-150 always placed an emphasis on innovation and design. Even though a truck is a truck, yeah, it's got a place where you get in called the cab and where you drive from, and there is the box or the load. That's where you put the stuff you're hauling. Pretty basic. 4 wheels, a cab, and the box. There you go. But it was Ford's ability to take the F Series, and particularly the F-150, and continually through the years put some emphasis on the design of the vehicle. That, with certain cutting-edge upgrades, made it very popular and very appealing. Now, this is part of the trend. Obviously, it is a trend, at least in America and North America and other places, that cars are less and less popular. The sports utilities vehicle, the SUV, is growing in popularity. The truck is continuing to grow in popularity. Literally between the SUV and the related light to popular truck, that is where most of the vehicle business is going. And obviously the sedan, the classic sedan, will continue. But in many places, it will not be anywhere near the car in the future that it was in the past. Well, a couple things. First of all, on this Monday, I thought something light like that would be fun, and I just encourage you to find the article and then think about that. I mean, those of us who have spent time knowing and thinking about trucks, we'll find it a fascinating story, and then you can decide whether, if you're like my friend Dave, who is a Silverado guy, and I myself had a Toyota, which I loved, just loved that truck. It was called a T100, and I drove that and drove that and drove that. Oh, what a wonderful thing. Having a truck. There's an old joke that says, make sure you have a friend, at least one friend, who has a truck. And my wife always knew, even though she didn't drive the truck that often, that whenever there was something that needed to be done, a garage or tag sale to go to, we would get in the truck. Whenever we would perhaps make a vacation and we had to haul a bunch of stuff, we'd go in the truck. Trucks are wonderful. One thing, and they said in life's little instruction book, for sure, have a friend, at least one friend, who has a truck. Hey, my name is Stan Houston, and this has been Monday in the Marketplace for Christian entrepreneurs. Again, design, innovation, really paying attention to what the client and the customer wants, learning how to build a brand, to build a reputation so that it is a loyalty following. I just wrote to a guy today and he said, how do you build a business? And I said, basically, two things. First of all, you become a great noticer. You notice what's going on. And then from what you notice, you begin to move in the direction of how you can get people to trust you, become a part of you, think the way you do in the best sense of the word, and of course, when it comes to ideas and innovations and things they need, they buy from you. Some things to learn. You see, you can learn more here by accident than most places by design. But the vital truth is learning the power of design in the work you do, in the work you provide, and in the experience you provide. That's vital. Hey, this is Stan Houston. This is the Jesus Entrepreneur. This is a program just for you. We're glad that you could be with us. And I hope now it's a little better Monday. Hey, we're back. Again, as I oftentimes say, under 20 minutes. If you take 20 minutes just during the time, you'll learn some things here. And if you learn and think and perhaps read and do something for about 20 minutes every day, you know, someday you're going to be a world-class expert in something important. That's right, 20 minutes every day of some learning, some thinking, maybe some praying, some purposing, some changing. 20 minutes every day, it'll change your life. It'll change maybe your part of the world. And who knows, it might even change the world. Best and blessings to you. We'll be back throughout the rest of the week. We'll talk about that Nike design and a number of other good things that will be helpful and useful to you. And now you know the story about the Ford 150, the F150, and why there is a car company now that is getting out of the car business. Best and blessings. Take care. Bye for now.